Hello guys, welcome back to our anime moments. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of upcoming episode of Swallowed Star Part 300 based on novel. So let's start. Two towering beings fought each other in the water area of Tilted Peak sector. And Young Master held a golden scepter, sometimes using it as a long staff, sometimes as a hammer. Constantly, he performed a supreme technique. Besides, Young Master didn't defend himself against Firestone Master at all. Maniac. The beings from the first universe era are all maniacs, and Young Master is a maniac even compared to those other maniacs. Ah! Firestone Master roared. He tried to stay away to buy some more time. However, in Ice Sand Ocean, he was significantly slower, and he was at an absolute disadvantage, which was why he was caught up to buy Young Master time and time again. Firestone from the Human Alliance, die and become a sacrifice on the path of my eternity, said Young Master. He had a gentle voice, but that scepter was piercing the universe space. The golden scepter had an oval head, and the head of the oval was like a gourd. The scepter avoided the shuttle from Firestone Master, and the head hit the chest of Firestone Master. Without a true treasure weapon to resist it, the power of Young Master hit the chest of Firestone Master. The armor trembled, and his chest trembled as well. His godly body cracked, and he bounced away. Just when he bounced away, his shuttle hit Young Master as well. There was a deep sound. Young Master's godly body was weakened after getting hit, but it quickly recovered. He only paused for a second before charging again. Firestone Master was indignant. Maniac! He is insane! Why did I have to run into him? I would have at least been better off if I'd run into others. Actually, he was a pinnacle universe master like Flame Emperor. Young had better true treasures and a stronger godly body, so he was one level superior to Firestone Master. Firestone Master was at pinnacle level while Young Master was at the top tier level, rivaling Ice Mountain Master. Firestone Master's life should have been in danger, as he was only one level inferior. However, Young Master was trading his own injuries for his enemy's injuries and was utilizing his speed and consuming his godly body. Even those at his level would be in trouble, not to mention Firestone Master, who was one level beneath him. When Luofeng was fighting Star River Master, Star River's supreme technique, River in Darkness, had been first resisted by Star Tower, but Luofeng's godly body was still consumed. If it weren't for Star Tower, Luofeng might have been annihilated with one move. Injuries for injuries. It wasn't easy to implement. If Firestone Master had been as powerful as Huge Axe Creator and able to resist the scepter, Young Master wouldn't have been able to implement that move. However, Young Master was better at techniques, and he used several supreme techniques interchangeably. Sometimes, he used it as a hammer, sometimes a staff, and sometimes as a bayonet. Each move had terrific power, and Firestone Master wasn't able to resist most of them. To trade injuries for injuries, one needed to have enough confidence in his godly body. After all, he was hurting himself while hurting others. If he didn't have a strong enough godly body, he would die before killing his enemy. A voice was transmitted through the water area. Firestone, I don't dare to venture into Ice Sand Ocean, so I can't help you. You're on your own now. Roach Prison Master. Firestone Master felt happy first, but then was let down. It was useless. Roach Prison Master was at his level. That Ice Sand Ocean covered an area of several square light years, and it would take him a long time to fly here. Besides, even if he made it, Roach Prison Master wasn't strong enough. Nobody can save you, said Young Master, holding his scepter. You only have 50% of your godly body left, and I can kill you within 10 moves. Damn it. You just have your armor and body. Firestone Master roared. He ran away when he saw Young Master, as he knew how Young Master fought. Young Master's armor was a top-tier pinnacle true treasure armor, and it was able to weaken the attack to 1/100,000th. The godly body of Young Master had a life gene level of almost 10,000 times. He had a plant body, and it had a godly body several million kilometers tall. Even if he were trading injuries for injuries, he could implement it smoothly with that huge body constantly supplying power. My godly body is also a special life form, and it's 100,000 kilometers tall. Under my weapon, it might take him a long time to kill me. But he's trading injuries for injuries, it consumes my godly body hundreds of times faster. Firestone Master was still hit no matter how hard he tried. His godly body was being weakened. 42%. 37%. 31%. And young Master smiled. Die? No. No, said Firestone Master. He had tried everything to dodge the attacks or to use his weapon to resist them, but it was no use. And young Master used his techniques alternatively, and Firestone Master couldn't defend himself against them at all. Asterisk 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 asterisk. Roach Prison Master was at the shallow water area. He looked at the endless ice sand ocean and sighed. Firestone, only Pengong Master and Primal Chaos City Leader can get there to save you. Otherwise, nobody can help you now. A being showed up. Roach Prison Master, said a familiar voice. Roach Prison Master turned his giant head and he a black-haired human in silver armor. Luophone? Roach Prison Master was disappointed. He transmitted his voice, Luophone, Firestone Master is being hunted by an Yong Master and only Pengong Master and Primal Chaos City Leader can save him. We can't do anything about it. Don't go in. You'll be in danger if you enter that ice sand ocean. Perhaps I can't defeat an Yong Master, said the black-haired human, but I'm not afraid of him, either. Roach Prison Master was dazed. And then, a dimming golden light appeared in the water area. At the same time, golden flames extended and crushed ice sand ocean with the help of Golden Country. Shawu Wings and Fire Sand Cup. A combination of the two. Helpless. Firestone Master felt helpless. He only had 20% of his godly body left, so he couldn't even resist anymore. And Yong Master smiled and moved forward. Die? But suddenly, and Yong Master grew angry. Who? He roared. Ice Mountain Ocean, which had trapped and slowed down Firestone Master, was dismantled. The water became an ocean of flames. The sight thrilled Firestone Master. Suddenly, he heard a voice. Still not going, Firestone Master. This voice, Firestone Master was dazed. Wasn't that Luophone? Quick! Go! Luophone urged. Firestone Master ran away. He felt unhindered. While in Ice Sand Ocean, he felt like he was trapped in the swamp. However, he didn't feel any resistance in the golden flames. Instead, the flames were boosting him and making him faster. It was the opposite for an Yong Master. He immediately slowed down. Who is it? An Yong Master roared. This is the Flame Sand Cup of Yuan-Ao Master. And that golden light domain can control the space and time. Who are you? He had a stronger godly power than Luophone, but he was at a disadvantage. True treasures and techniques had different requirements for godly power. True treasures and techniques had thresholds and limits. When it came to miniature universe, becoming undying was the basic requirement, and it would take 10% of the godly body. However, when Luophone got stronger, he would hit the limit. If Luophone became a universe master and improved his godly body 100 times, miniature universe wouldn't take 10% of his godly body, because when universe masters performed supreme techniques, it only took them a limited amount of godly power. Ultimate techniques were also different from supreme techniques. The same rule applied to true treasures. The user needed to be strong enough to drive it. The more powerful one got, the more powerful true treasures he was able to wield. However, there was a limit to true treasures, which was why ordinary true treasures were abandoned by universe masters. They craved pinnacle true treasures and even supreme true treasures. Top-tier true treasures, pinnacle true treasures, and supreme true treasures. I won't let you run away if I have a pinnacle domain-type true treasure, said an Yong Master. He was exasperated and rescinded the space seal. Firestone Master was thrilled. He teleported himself to the shallow water. I see how it is, said an Yong Master. He sensed that Firestone Master was only several light years away. He teleported himself there as well. Luo Feng and Roach Prison Master were both in the water area when Firestone Master showed up. Firestone Master felt awkward. "Luo," he said. Luo Feng's facial expression changed. "Wait." A being appeared near them, a being with a scepter. There were halos behind his head, and a single-eyed phantom was in the halo. It was an Yong Master. And Yong Master's eye glinted with anger. He glared at Luo Feng. "Human, I've never seen you." And Yong Master said furiously. Luo Feng glanced at an Yong Master. "Now you do." Luo Feng and the two Universe Masters teleported themselves, and they got out of the water area and fled away. "Human! Silver-armored and black-haired human!" And Yong Master shouted with madness and indignation. And Yong Master stood in the shallow water. His solitary eye looked ferocious. "That silver-armored and black-haired human? He came here to rescue Firestone Master, and he's with Roach Prison Master. He must be a human from the original universe." And Yong Master was thinking. The human race was bred in all the three universe eras, and humanity was a pinnacle race in both the first and the third universe eras. Only in the second era were the humans relatively weak, as only one universe supreme master had been born. In the original universe, any race with one universe supreme master could be called a pinnacle race. However, for the first and second universe eras that went through the complete incarnations, they had quite a few universe supreme masters. The human race of the second universe era was as powerful as the one in the original universe, yet it wasn't a pinnacle race. "I haven't seen him. And he's not in the database of Divine Eye Race," and Yong Master thought. "He must be a new great being, and he's using the Flame Sand Cup of Yuan Ao Master. I saw Yuan Ao Master use that last time. Apparently, he got it recently. Did Yuan Ao Master die? Otherwise, the Flame Sand Cup wouldn't have fallen into the hands of that human." And Yong Master was baffled. The Divine Eye clan had 7 Universe Supreme Masters, so it had 7 miniature universes. In one of the miniature universes, 7th True Master. And Yong Master's avatar walked out of the gleaming and half-transparent palace and looked up at the sky. Was a new Universe Supreme Master born in the human race of the original universe? "I was trying to kill that Firestone Master, but I was stopped by a silver-armored and black-haired man. I want his information." A voice came from the sky. "Stopped? Is he stronger than you?" "No, he's far weaker than me." And Yong Master raised his head. "However, he has the Flame Sand Cup and a special valuable to control space and time, so he suppressed my Ice Sand Ocean. Besides, he, Roach Prison Master, and Firestone Master were all there. I can't defeat them all." And Yong had teleported himself and found Luo Feng and the other two. If he had been confident enough, he would have performed Space Seal and fought them. However, he knew that his enemy had a domain to suppress him, and there were 3 of them, so he watched Luo Feng leave. "Wait a moment and I'll make contact and ask about it," said the voice from the sky. "Please, 7th True Master." And Yong Master bowed. After a short while. Actually, there had been trades among the powers in Universe Ocean. Some related to valuables, while some had to do with information sharing. As long as there were benefits, there would be trades. The Divine Eye clan was a superpower from the first universe era, so there were many powers who wanted to fawn over the Divine Eye race. "I've got the result," said the voice from the sky. And Yong Master immediately raised his head. "Silver armor and black hair," the voice continued. "You haven't met him, but he's a new universe master of the human race. Milky Way Horde leader, Luo Feng. He's just an ordinary master, and he has the same level of material attack as Master of Banff. The only supreme technique he knows is like a miniature chaos world." "Oh? A new guy?" And Yong Master smiled. "Master of Banff is proficient in soul attack, but he's weak at material attack. It seems this guy is weak. There are 6 levels of Universe Masters, and he must be at the 2nd level," said the voice from the sky. "He seems to have a special true treasure. The human race gives him some precious true treasures to protect him." And Young Master smiled. He was only a young guy who was good at fleeing, which meant there was nothing for him to be afraid of. Only at the second level. The first universe era divided universe masters into 6 levels. The first level was the elementary universe masters with a life gene level of 100 times, and they didn't even create ultimate techniques. The second level had a life gene level of 1000 times, and they created ultimate techniques and had good true treasures. They were the ordinary level. The third level was the pinnacle level, like Flame Emperor and Firestone Master. The fourth level was the top-tier level, like Ice Mountain Master and Young Master, and Star River Master who didn't perform his trump technique. The fifth level, the top tier of the top tier, consisted of those like Star River Master and Primal Chaos City Leader. They usually had merged supreme techniques or had gained strange objects. The sixth level, which didn't exist in the original universe, was for those who had supreme true treasures. Only at the second level. And Young Master sneered. He was at the fourth level. He had a plant life body at a life gene level of almost 10,000 times, and his armor was able to weaken attacks to 1/100,000th. Even Luo Feng was only able to rival him after becoming a universe master. If he repaid injuries for injuries, even Ice Mountain Master would have needed to avoid him. Humph! There are only few pinnacle domain type true treasures, said an Young Master. The Divine Eye race has almost 100 universe masters. The most powerful universe masters have all the pinnacle domain type true treasures. If I can have one, you, Milky Way Horde leader, will die. And Young Master looked forward to it. After all, the Divine Eye race was the most powerful pinnacle race in the first universe era. They had 7 universe supreme masters and almost 100 universe masters. They had all lived for an eternity. And Young Master was only a middle universe master. Just wait and see, Milky Way Horde leader, said an Young Master. This was only our first meeting. We have plenty of time to fight each other. 3 beings stood on the rock in the outer area of Tilted Peak Sector. Firestone Master, you don't need to, said Luo Feng. You've saved my life, so I owe you big time, said Firestone Master. No need to be humble. If you need anything, just tell me. I'll be there as soon as I can, no matter what I'm doing. Luo Feng couldn't help laughing. This was Firestone Master. Stubborn. Incredibly stubborn. He would scold you no matter how much you'd accomplished, but once he made a promise, he would fulfill it no matter how high the cost. Firestone Master, even you're not able to deal with the danger. Luo Feng couldn't help asking. He was confused, as he thought that someone who had survived Universe Ocean for such a long time would at least have some survival skills. Even if I run into a Universe Supreme Master, I can defend myself against him for a long time, as long as he doesn't use a Supreme True Treasure. I'll use my True Treasure weapon to resist it, and it can weaken the power by more than 90%, and with my armor, the threat will be very small. Unfortunately, the fighting style of an Young Master can suppress me exactly. He has a variety of moves, yet I just make attacks directly. And he exchanges injuries for injuries. Actually, continued Firestone Master, I have a strong godly body, too. I have a godly body of 100,000 kilometers, so normally, I'm not afraid of that. However, an Young Master is better than me. He knows several supreme techniques, and he can change his moves at any time. It's already rare for someone to be capable of that. And there are fewer whom I can't defend against. On top of that, those with better godly bodies basically don't exist. There are only a few of them in Universe Ocean, so I usually avoid them. Luo Feng nodded. He was right. Several supreme techniques, change of moves, and a fast and better godly body than Firestone Master. It was indeed rare for someone to possess all 3 of those. I've decided after this time, said Firestone Master. I've lost a great portion of my godly body, so I'll study defensive technique during this time. I'm a Firestone special life form, so I'm not flexible enough. I need to create a shield technique. If I can have both a shield and a shuttle, I'll be much safer. You should have done so a long time ago, Roach Prison Master said. Yes. Luo Feng nodded as well. different life forms had different ways of fighting. Yuan Ao Master was like that. He had an enormous body and wasn't flexible enough, so he used a shield. Of course, humans were naturally flexible. Luo Feng was able to resist with a blade. I'm too overconfident, the voice of Firestone Master rumbled. Luo Feng, I owe you forever. Just ask me anytime you need something. I'll go back to the original universe first. Next time, I'll bring a shield. Have a safe trip, said Luo Feng. Firestone Master told Roach Prison Master, too, and then they left. Although my armor is 10 times stronger than that of Firestone Master, his godly power is tens of times better than mine, so he has better defensive power than me. And he has a bigger godly body. Luo Feng sighed. The good thing was, he was more flexible, so he could resist an Yong Master. With his Shawu wings and the Flame Sand Cup, he could fight and run whenever he wanted. I need to sharpen myself, said Luo Feng. My weakness is that my attacking technique is only at the ultimate level. Those such as Firestone Master and Roach Prison Master have created a supreme technique. As for an Yong Master, he has several supreme techniques. Luo Feng and Roach Prison Master separated, and he kept adventuring through the outer area of Tilted Peak Sector. Time flew. Luo Feng could sometimes run into the great beings before the incarnation, but with Shawu wings and Flame Sand Cup, he didn't encounter any real danger. After all, the top-tier Universe Masters and Universe Supreme Masters were in the inner area of Tilted Peak Sector. 1 year. 2 years. 3 years. Luo Feng was gradually made known to the great beings from the other 2 universe eras, and they knew that although Luo Feng had mediocre power, he was a handful. In the twinkling of an eye, it was already Luo Feng's 16th year in Universe Ocean. Amidst the deep end of Tilted Peak Sector's water domain. I have been here at Tilted Peak Sector for 16 years, but I have not seen any true treasure around. Luo Feng leaned against a mountain rock and looked at the white water flow spirits that were tens of thousands of kilometers away. White streaks fluttered and drifted about, be it white human form or white beast form. The strangely shaped water flow spirits were attracted to their own kind based on pure instinct. They were playing together within the deep region of the water domain where, occasionally, high-frequency piercing cries could be heard. The celestial rocks within the water domain were all equally huge. Each and every one of these rocks resembled a towering mountain range, where every sunken area was like a Grand Canyon, every protruding part was like a gigantic mountain peak, and every gently sloping surface was like a vast plain. At least, that was how it looked to Luo Feng, whose godly body was hovering at least 1,000 kilometers away. I have encountered more than 100 battles these past 16 years, and these battles have allowed me to greatly improve in my cultivation of Beast God Path. Luo Feng was quite satisfied. Over 100 times, he had fought hand-to-hand with great beings from the first and second universe eras. The primal universe, third universe era, was very weak, so great beings from its top 9 powers and top tier 12 powers, regardless of being in the primal universe or in the universe ocean, unless there were attractions such as treasures, would be highly unlikely to fight and kill one another. However, during the first universe era and second universe era, even if there were no true treasures, great beings would fight and kill one another the moment they crossed paths. During his time in Universe Ocean, Luo Feng had the chance to get in touch with novel styles of combat. Also, the novel ways of making use of universe laws were real eye-openers for him, as he could then comprehend by analogy. This allowed him to improve tremendously when it came to the cultivation of Beast God Path. It was many times faster than diligently training for it in the primal universe. Even his accomplishments in the study of secret engravings were also improved by leaps and bounds. What a pity I am still unable to create a strongest technique, Luo Feng lamented. When can I attain the 3rd level of Star Tower is still an unknown with no definite future. Just wait. Roaming Tilted Peak Sector is always as such. The majority of the time, there will be peace, but the moment an opportunity arrives, everyone will go all out to fight for it. Luo Feng transformed into a beam of light and took flight quietly, where he began to explore again. The water domain was simply immense. Countless great beings from the 3 universe eras had spent endless time exploring the water domain, but no one was able to explore all of it. Now, Luophone was also exploring the water domain at his own pace. Previously, when I discovered Firestone Master, I secretly followed him, said Yong Master. When I was near enough, I immediately released a domain-type true treasure and sealed space. Yong Master, positioned in the void space, shook his head with a sigh. Firestone Master was such a silly one. Just when I managed to exercise some self-restraint and was so close to being able to kill him, this human form Luophone from the primal universe had to appear out of nowhere and foil my plan. If I had succeeded in killing Firestone Master, I would have obtained many true treasures, and with those treasures that I already owned, I suppose I would be able to exchange for a pinnacle domain true treasure. Again, Yong Master shook his head and sighed. He was full of resentment. By his side was another great being from the Divine Eye clan. The circular light behind its head also had a single-eyed shadow. This was a characteristic that was unique to great beings of the Divine Eye clan. Yong, any gains from your trip to the internal domain? The other great being asked. The internal domain is much too dangerous, said Yong Master. I merely wandered about the considerably safer areas within the internal domain. These places had already been thoroughly searched before. Although I fought quite a fair number of battles here, and there was even once where I managed to corner my opponent, the other party was crazy enough to dash into the dangerous region within the internal domain. I was not daring enough to follow suit. Yong Master was filled with a sense of helplessness. Therefore, nothing gained. I think it is still better to explore the water domain at one's own pace, the great being of the Divine Eye clan said. The danger level is low, and occasionally, a treasure may be up for grabs. Who knows? You may even be able to cross paths with some weaker universe masters who you can kill easily. Imperial, your trip was rewarding? Yong Master asked. Slightly. Imperial Master smiled. This was the only conversation that Imperial Master and Yong Master shared. Thereafter, they parted ways. It was always lonelier within Tilted Peak sector, so great beings of the same clan would usually engage in conversations, albeit briefly, when they met with one another. In the blink of an eye, another 2 years flew by. Hoa! 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 Imperial Master was handsome, and his entire being dazzled with a misty, white light. At the back of his head was the same circular light, and within this circular light was a single-eyed shadow. He flew slowly at the lowest region of the water domain. He did his best to explore the various mountain peaks at the lowest region of the water domain, naturally protruding mountain rocks as well as the numerous valleys. He did this without a trace of impatience. He was a super great being of endless life, and even if he were to spend tens of thousands of eras exploring, it would still be very peaceful. A cave. A seemingly ordinary mountain cave appeared ahead. An Imperial Master flew in right away. The cave had an approximate diameter of several tens of thousands of kilometers, its depth was tens of millions kilometers. Imperial Master flew within the cave with great caution. At times, within the water domain, caves and valleys that seemed ordinary might possibly house hidden treasures. Imperial Master felt a faint and weak trace of energy ripples. Energy ripples? Could it be? Imperial Master's eyes lit up in an instant. His face changed to one filled with vigor as his eyes swept every inch of the cave before him. He even used his godly power to scan the surroundings. He advanced at an extremely slow pace. The cave was dark, deep, and winding. Imperial Master suppressed his raging emotions, his speed went even slower. After close to 6 hours. That is it. Imperial Master had just completed a bend in the cave when he saw, at the far end, a screen of bright light. This got him even more worked up. Ha ha! It might be possible that there are hidden treasures within the water domain, probably even unique gains to claim. Imperial Master was moving at a very slow speed, but he soon arrived at the screen of bright light. Valuables? Great treasures. Imperial Master raised his head and saw that there was a bright screen blocking the path ahead. This bright screen was giving off an extremely weak energy ripple. Even stranger, Imperial Master had previously used his godly power to scan his surroundings, but he had not discovered this bright screen. A bright screen. Only if there were some extremely strong true treasures in Tilted Peak sector would such a unique situation surface. For example, if there was a dangerous land in the surroundings, or there were bright screens such as this one that went undetected. Imperial Master was now running high on emotions. As a great being from the first universe era, he had no lack of experience. Based on his previous experiences, the bright screen by itself posed no threat. Still better to exercise more caution, Imperial Master said with a wave. A blue sphere appeared out of thin air and started to expand rapidly. It soon reached a height of thousands of kilometers. Imperial Master's godly body stood at a height of 1,000 kilometers. Thus, with one step, he had made his way into the sphere. This must be a top-tier sealed palace-type true treasure. If I were to hide within it, even if a Universe Supreme Master were to launch a full-scale attack, he would not be able to kill me. Imperial Master grew increasingly excited. He might have roamed about for countless periods and encountered unique situations due to appearances of certain treasures, but those were times that he was with the other great beings of Divine I Clan. This was the very first time he could have such a valuable treasure all to himself. Judging from this level of activity, this would, at the very least, be at the level of a pinnacle domain-type true treasure. Who knows? It may be a strange object or even some unique object that is extraordinary. Imperial Master was controlling the top-tier sealed palace-type true treasure. Flying slowly, when he came into contact with that bright screen, it felt as though he was breaking through a layer of water. There was not a trace of obstruction at all. Huh? Another bright screen? Imperial Master was shocked to discover that there was another layer of the bright screen behind the first one. Again, he broke through another layer of bright screen. A third layer. Imperial Master was getting more excited and expectant as he continued breaking past layers. A fourth layer. A fifth layer. A sixth layer. There was a total of 9 layers. This must be some incredible treasure land. Ha ha. Seems like I, Imperial Master, have quite good luck. Imperial Master had just passed through the 9th layer of the bright screen. No. Everything resumed a state of silence. The dark, deep and winding cave went back to its normal quiet serenity. The bright screen was still there was not a trace of difference or change. It was as though Imperial Master had never entered. The Divine I race from the first universe era owned 7 miniature universes. In the middle of one. Before his avatar appeared, Imperial Master was filled with excitement and expectation, but what closely followed was a look of fear and panic. No. Peng. His avatar was annihilated. The instant when his avatar was annihilated, the master of that entire miniature universe, which was the third true master of the Divine I Clan, discovered right away. Imperial has been annihilated. His sighs resonated throughout the entire miniature universe. On the supreme land of the miniature universe, the avatars of a dozen universe masters residing at different places started to arrive. Third true master, Imperial Master, has been annihilated. How did he come to be annihilated? Who killed him? How did he die? Within an instant, everyone was shooting questions out of anxiety. After all, according to their clan's method of division, Imperial Master was a 4th-tier Universe Master, considered to be at the top-tier level, so even if he was exchanging blows with a Universe Supreme Being, if the fight lasted for a short period of time, he could still hope for chances of survival. To the entire Divine I Clan, the annihilation of a Universe Master was an occurrence that would only happen once in a blue moon. A sound was heard from the sky. Imperial was annihilated within a split second. His avatar was not able to leave behind any information at all. The speed at which he was annihilated did not even give him time to leave any information. The moment one meets with an extremely dangerous situation, the foremost thing to do should be to establish contact with other great beings to call for help. The voice articulated these words slowly. That means Imperial Master must not have detected any trace of danger beforehand. And when he realized how frighteningly close danger was, it was time for him to face annihilation. He didn't even get to find out why he was annihilated. Even a Universe Supreme Master would not be able to achieve this. What can be so fearsome? Seems like it was purely Tilted Peak Sector in its truest form creating such fearsome danger. Solely a great being's power alone will not be able to achieve something of this degree. The avatars of these Universe Masters all knew. The Divine Eye clan was divided into 7 major miniature universes, and naturally all of them kept close contact with one another. News of the annihilation of Imperial Master was rapidly spread to the higher-ups of the Divine Eye clan. Imperial was exploring the water domain. Danger must have reached him from a certain area within the water domain. For something to create the danger of instant annihilation for Imperial even within its water domain. There is something quite extraordinary about this place. According to the final information related to this situation that could be found, shortly before his annihilation, Imperial ought to have been at the 193,293rd frame of reference shortly before his fall. Now, I am ordering the 3 Universe Masters from my clan who are in the water domain of Tilted Peak Sector, and Young Master, Replenishment Master, and Time Banishing Master, to head to this frame of reference within the water domain to conduct investigations. You all must be very careful. If you find something amiss or detect a trace of danger, you cannot dash in there on your own. Understood? 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 And Young Master, Replenishment Master, and Time Banishing Master responded to the order without further ado, then teleported within the void space of Tilted Peak Sector at a very high speed. They ventured deep into the water domain and advanced to the 193,293rd frame of reference for detailed exploration. This video will end here.